This presentation prepared by Nadir Anzar bin Aslam Abu Bakr Tayyib Yusuf Zawping Naila. Burger King, a major fast food chain, was accused of misleading advertising between 2017 and 2023. Customer complained that burger appeared up to 35% larger in the ads than in the reality. This raised ethical concern as emotional and deceptive ads influence consumer decisions. In 2023, the Hooper campaign was seen as avoiding the issue. This action impacts customer trust, brand image, and stakeholder confidence. Ethical theory shows that such practices are dishonest and harmful. Burger King should improve the transparency and ensure truthful marketing to regain trust.
Hello, my name is Nadir Ramzar. I'm going to explain about stakeholder analysis. So let's look at how Burger King misleading advertisement impact on consumer. First, the burgers in the advertisement appear up to 35% than what actually customer buy. Then many consumers are felt cheated, which cause lost trust in the Burger King brand. Overall, this kind of advertising clearly goes against the ethical principle of honest and be transparent. It affecting the relationship between the Burger King company and consumers. Okay, next, let's talk about the impact on employees. When customers are unhappy with what they receive, it is really the staffs or the who face the problem, such as complaints, arguing, and refund demands. This creates a lot of stress and dissatisfaction at work. The worst thing, the employees are blamed of the misleading advertisement that actually made by management. Many feels unprotected by the company, which affect their mental health. Ethically, it shows the Burger King company failed to protect their employees during the backlash. Now focusing on Burger King management, where the groups approve the misleading advertisement, fully aware they might not reflect the actual product. The main goal was boosting the profit, but they did through deceptive strategies. As a result, company faces the reputational and legal risk. There are already has been complaints on lawsuits and the brand image is damaged. In addition, there have been a strong backlash from both consumers and media. So lastly, the role of advertising regulator. These bodies are tasked with investing in instances of false misleading advertisement when they didn't check properly about the advertisement. So they must sue the company with must impose warning or fines. So by enforcing rule, a regulator ensure transparency in food marketing, pushing the brand so the honesty. In short, strong regulator action is essential to safeguard public trust.
Hello everyone, my name is Adam, and today I will be presenting our group presentation about the Burger King Whopper advertising. My part is about analyzing the advertisement, the Whopper Burger King advertisement through an ethical perspective. There are five ethical perspectives, and we will be going through them today. So the first analysis is through a utilitarian perspective, and what this focuses on is maximizing overall happiness and well-being. So we can see, we can weigh the positive outcomes with the negative consequences, and then we can compare these two to see the overall positivity, or if it's an overall positive or negative thing, morally speaking. So for the positive outcomes, it gave them very big brand awareness, so it successfully generated public attention and recognition, and it also had very good economic benefits for the company. The sales revenue shot up for Burger King, and also on shareholder value was greatly increased, and so to the benefit of the shareholders, it, through improved financial performance. And then you had the other one, the last one is employment. So because of their increased revenue and increased generated sales, they are able to now pay employees through business growth, or maybe there are more jobs are open for employees. And on to the next. The next is the negative consequence. Sorry, the negative consequences. So first one is the consumer perception. So because of the size of the product in the advertisement, it was much bigger than in reality, and so that will have a very big negative impact on the company, which is its alleged misrepresentation of product size. And second one is the scale of impact. So Burger King portrayed 35% bigger than actual real life size, and so this actually led to a class action lawsuit against Burger King, and it was launched in March 2023. And so, what this caused is widespread harm. So, it caused collective disappointment, so affecting millions of consumers, and it also affected public trust. And so, that is what is the utilitarian calculus. The second one is the deontological ethics analysis. And so this one is spearheaded by Immanuel Kant, and his way of thinking is that the people should be treated as ends in themselves rather than merely means to an end. And so when you see this advertisement, it has violated the humanity principle. So the violation is when, by using deceptive advertising to manipulate the consumers, you are therefore treating them as merely as revenue sources and not actual genuine feeling people. And so this is the principle that they violated by their advertisement. And the second one is the universal universality ability test. So the test failure is, so a world where all food companies have systematically been used to represent their products, it would undermine the whole foundation of our market pretty much, because it will destroy uh, consumer trust in companies, and therefore it will affect the whole world negatively. And thirdly is the virtue ethics and corporate integrity. So this is judged in three categories. So we have truthfulness, temperance, and justice. And so we can compare and see if the advertisers has held up to these virtues. And so the first, truthfulness. Well, that one they fail miserably because they are not truthful in their representation of their burger size. So as I said before, it was 35% less than the actual real life size. So so that means they completely failed in that virtue aspect. And then you have temperance. So there has to be moderation in marketing claims and restraint from excess. And so you have to be able to, yeah, you sometimes companies will try to overdo it and add a bit of spice to in their talking points, but it has to be temperance. And that it fails completely because it led to a class action lawsuit, which a lot of people have found that their false advertisement went a bit too far, because it wasn't even 10%, it was a 35% actual decrease in size. And so, and the third one is fair treatment of consumers and stakeholders. And so by lying to your consumers, you are actually not giving them fair treatment, or you're not actually giving them justice. And justice would be giving them the actual size that you represented in your advertisement. And so the the video advertisement actually failed in all three aspects. And now you have care ethics and consumer vulnerability. So care ethics focuses on personal relationship responsibilities and pretty much the maintaining good connections between entities, be it two people or be it company and consumer. And so when we analyze it through that lens, we can see that it fails miserably because first of all, it is doing a very big injustice to vulnerable populations. So consumers with limited food budgets, families that are relying on accurate advertising for nutritional value, they depend on truthful information for financial planning. So some people need to know if their kids are gonna have enough food to last them for the day, or some people can't afford only one meal, so they gotta make it count. And by false advertising, you're actually taking away from that from food on their table. So it is a very big uh, moral deficiency. And also the effect on trust relationship. So it has been completely broken because the deception violates a fundamental trust between company and consumer, and breaking that, carrying that very delicate line is very bad, because you are now affecting your um, long term planning and long term relationship. And last but not least, most important, you have the social contract theory. So this is a very good theory to analyze it through to analyze the advertisement through, because it provides the most realistic, relevant framework for analyzing companies and corporate advertising. And so this, it speaks about that company has its role and it has its obligations, and the consumer has their own obligations. So this social theory, it says that corporate privileges, they have the right to operate and conduct business. They have permission to advertise and market, opportunity to generate profits, and access to consumer markets. But in exchange, they have to give up some obligation. They have to have obligations. And so one of those obligations is provide accurate information, deliver for value to consumer, fair value to consumer, and maintain truthful advertising. And last is uphold public trust. And so we can see from this social contract exchange, it they've Burger King has failed because they have not provided accurate information. They did not deliver value to consumer, and they've also broken public trust. They have not upheld it. And so you can see through this lens, they have completely failed. Thank you so much. And
Hi guys, I'm Naila Zabin, and today I'm going to talk about the 5 ethical suggestions that Burger King should use to win their customers back or for their rebranding. Number 1 is showing real food pictures. For example, sometimes they don't show the real food pictures. In the picture it seems different, and when the food comes it looks different, so it misleads people and customers. So there should be real food pictures, and it should come with honesty. And the second number is to be clear about where is the ingredients from. It should be clear where the food comes from, where the ingredients comes from. Number 3 is promoting healthy and inclusive messaging. For example, celebrating all body types and encouraging balance. Number 4 is making nutrition info transparent or easy to see. For example, for the food, the nutrition level of the meal or the food or the burger should be easy to see, and there should not be any hidden details. And number 5 is doing good while selling. For every good purchase, there should be a donation. This leads to a fair and transparent and caring marketing. and it also equals to happy customers and stronger brand in Malaysia. Thank you.